Good morning. Happy Thursday. Make sure you go visit my page and like Kamala's bridge post today. I am highlighting Ajane Farrar's photography and it is amazing. I could stare at every single image for like a minute, which is rare. I feel like I'm like, but with her stuff, I just sit there and stare at it and look at everything. So check it out. Like it, comment, please. Today's topic, August 20th, get revelation. Instead of fighting fear or merely putting up with it, start praying about how it gained entrance into your life. I always became fearful when Dave corrected our children, and it was because I was corrected in an abusive way when I was a child. I didn't understand the reason for my fear until God revealed it to me through prayer. You might even need to get some counseling to find the root of your fears. But whatever you do, don't just put up with them. John Ortberg tells the story of a snow skier who, after pointing his ski tips down the barrel of the black rated slope, quickly entered the land of no control and instinctively leaned backwards in hopes of reversing sure disaster. We all do that, says Ortberg, but in life, as in snow skiing, the answer is not to react in fear and lean back and away from the experience, but rather lean into it. Wow. When we lean into the dilemma and trust the hand of God, we gain control. Fear is a snare. I love that. When we lean into the dilemma and trust the hand of God, we gain control. Yeah. Lord, I want to let me read the scripture. But when He, the Spirit of truth, the truth-giving Spirit comes, He will guide you into all the truth, the whole, full truth. For He will not speak His own message, His own authority, but He will tell whatever He hears from the Father. He will give the message that has been given to Him. John 16:13. Lord, I want to lean in and trust Your almighty hand with all of my heart and soul. Show me something that is holding me back. Ooh, careful with that prayer, guys. Show me something that is holding me back. That's a scary prayer. That's a scary one. Okay, I guess I'm here for it. I feel like I know what's holding me back, but I bet you He shows me something else. That's my life. 2 points. 1, instead of fighting fear or merely putting up with it, start praying about how it gained entrance into your life. I love that. I love that. And the second point, when we lean into the dilemma or the fear and trust the hand of God, we gain control. Whoa. I don't know who still needs a revelation after that. Yeah, I definitely am. I mean, I think as a new mom, I know I've been a mom for like 3 years almost now, but as a new mom, I think you do a lot of for me, I've done so much self-reflecting in these first few years of what do I want to pass down to my children? What do I not want to pass down to my children? And how can I change the behaviors of the things that I don't want to pass down, like intentionally? It's been an overwhelming experience. And I feel like I understand why a lot of people choose to not even do that work, because I'll tell you what, some days I come home and have a conversation with Anderson and just cry, because when you look at yourself, like this prayer says, I want to lean in and trust Your almighty hand with all of my heart and soul. Show me anything that is holding me back. I have been praying that. Show me what's holding me back so that I can wipe it, so that my children never have to wipe it from their slate. It's hard work though. I mean, it sounds simple. Show me what it is so I can wipe it. But you want to know what the reality is? When God shows you what is holding you back, it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming in a moment, okay? I'm not saying, okay, so yesterday, let's say, I had a revelation on another thing that I'm doing that I didn't even have in my peripheral vision, you guys. That's what type of work I'm doing. It overwhelmed me yesterday because it was so eye-opening and so not something I want to pass down. Okay, so what is it? There's criticism and then there's punishment. I mentally punish myself. The way I speak to myself in my mind is more punishing than critical. I always was like, oh, I'm just critical. Well, yesterday I found out that there's a difference between being critical and punishing. And I do not, my words, yes, are uplifting, but there's a lot of negative talk if I'm allow myself to be my long-winded self, which I am on all these videos, but there's a lot of internal negative talk that I do to myself, and it's like brutal. And yesterday I came home and I was overwhelmed. Actually, I had a counseling session. I came home, I was super overwhelmed. Anderson was like, it was time for him to take a break because he had been with the kids. So I was like, I'm so overwhelmed, like, go, but please come back, like, come back quickly. Anyways, we put the kids down and had a conversation, and I just realized, like, I think I'm being critical of my husband or myself, but the way I do it is in like somewhat punishment form. Like, I think what was clearly and pointed out to me yesterday was critical is good, because critical is pointing things out to move forward. But I don't feel like I really point things out to myself to move forward. I think I kind of like shame myself in my own dialogue, which I'm sure is normal. As I say this out loud, I'm like, oh, I bet you that's totally normal. Not okay normal. I bet you more people understand. Like, I feel weird saying this, but yeah, I'm pretty shameful to myself inside. So for me, revelation, it's exciting and it's kind of hard actually, because it's just taking a deep look at yourself. It's exciting, but it's also intimidating a little bit. So I want to lean in and trust your almighty hand with all of my heart and soul. Who else is saying this with me though? Show me anything that is holding me back. I feel like that's a challenging prayer. You repeat those words. Be cautioned, because I think you should brace. God will reveal. And are you ready to move accordingly? So I'm going to stop punishing myself. I think awareness is the first step in change, and I am going to be kind to myself. I told Anderson, I was like, I feel like I've worked on like the physical internal dialogue, like don't call yourself fat, don't put yourself down, don't see, they're like, oh, look at my cellulite. Like, no, that's negative physical talk. I feel like I worked on that, but now I'm realizing there's like a whole nother element, like just in general, how you talk all the time to yourself inside, which I know, but it's like, I swear another door was opened yesterday that I just didn't know about. But I'm looking forward to approaching situations differently. So the light for me is awareness equals new opportunity. So that's me, guys. I don't think anybody even watches it to this point, so I think I'm safe. Love you.